Hi, in this lecture I am going to talk about the fundamentals of C# programming language. In this tutorial I am going to talk about how we can change the type of variables and what are the different type of operators that are existing in C# and what are the control statement associated with C#. In order to change the type of variable, if we have got a string a equals to 1, we can convert it into double using convert.toDouble a. In the previous lecture, I showed you how we can convert the console.readline into a double variable. So similarly here also we need to do the same thing, convert.toDouble, and we can change the value of a, which is a string, to a double value. And to convert it into a float data type, we can float.parse and we can convert it. If we have got some other data types and we want to change it to a string, we can just use .toString. If the data that we specify in a at present is 1, if we write some in the other string like abcd or anything that you want, that exception will be generated if it is not in a proper format. So we need to specify a correct format of a, only then it can be parsed into any other data type. Operators, we have addition operator, subtraction operator, division and modulo operator, multiplication operator. Using addition operator we can add 2 or more variables, and using subtraction operator we can subtract 2 variables. In division operator it helps to divide 2 variables. In modulo operator we can get the quotient of 2 variable. Now let's talk about arrays. Array is a group of like type variable that is referenced to by a common name. In the diagram, as you can see, this is an array. So each of these elements, this is called an array, element of an array. Array are stored in a contiguous location, so we cannot have a disparate location of an array. So it has to be in a particular memory location. And if we want to find the value of this 13, then we can, if we name this array as a, and we can do a and we can write third bracket 0, it means we can return the 0 index and we can show it to user. So in this case the index of this array will be a0, here 1, this is 2, this is 3 and 4 and so on. In order to declare our array, we have to use this format: type, a third bracket, and name of the array equals to new, and we need to specify the data type and we need to specify the size of it. Similarly, we have 4 ways we can declare an array. In this way we cannot declare an array, and the salary equals to, in curly braces we can write 100, 200, and this is our salary. Similarly, in this way also we can initialize an array. In here we have specified the array index and we have told these are the values that are present in this array. And if we don't want to declare an array, we can use this format: int third bracket, int1, 1, 2, int2, and during runtime declare this array afterwards equals to new int5, and this is, in this way we need to declare it. Here we have specified the size of this array, and here we haven't specified the size of it. Let's look at control statement in a C# program. Control statement, what do you mean by control statement? Control statements helps to describe how other controls will be executed, other instruction will be executed. So if we have got if else block, then if one condition is met in the if block, then only then the next instruction in that particular block will be executed. And similarly in switch case statement we have got the similar conditions apply in here. You will see it in action when I do my practical demonstration of the control statement in my lecture. So we have got 4 type of loops: for loop, while loop, do while loop, and for each loop. Now I'm going to demonstrate how we can change the data type of one variable and how we can use control statement in our project. And then we are going to discuss how we can use arrays. So this was the previous project that I made. first project and this, and inside the solution, if you want, you can make another project. You can add new project. In the similar way, you can select .NET Core and then console application, and you can, I'm going to name this as second project. Okay, so it is going to create the second project for me. So as you can see, this project got created. Now at first you need to change this solution. You have to go to the properties, then you need to select what would be the startup project that we want to start. So I am going to select the second project and click on OK. So now second project will be the default which will run. So now let's take string a equals to 7. Now a dot convert dot to double a, and now if we do console dot write line, so I'm going to write as double plus so let's convert it into float, float float dot parse. So it will convert it into float data type. Similarly, if we want to change it in a string, a dot to string. If you got any other variable like integer b equals to 7, you want to change this value, so b dot to string. So this will convert the value of b to string format. So let's see if this works or not. It's converted our variable. Now if you want to know the type of data type which a particular variable holds, then you need to do the name of the object and you need to do get type. So in this manner you can understand, you can get the data type which this particular object holds. So you can see system of string. So now let's see what are the different type of operators we can use in our project. So let's create another project and name the third project. Okay, so this created a third project for me, and let's change this to third project. So at first Let's take two values, integers. Integer a equals to 7 and b equals to 9. So we can do a plus b and a minus b. These operations are possible, and a into b sum so in this manner we can add this up, and in this manner we can subtract it. Multiply, and let's divide. Console.readline. So this gives us the sum as 7 and 9. Actually this is wrong, so in order to do so we basically have to put it inside this bracket. So you can see the value is 16, and when we subtract this value minus 2, yes, it is correct. So in this manner, these are the operators which are available. Let's create another project, new project, fourth proj. Okay, so now we are going to declare an array, integer a equals to 4 5 4 5 98 100. So we can get the value which is in this index using a third bracket and 0. So if we do a console.writeLine, first index, console.readLine. So let's see. So we need to choose the fourth project, save it. Let's run the application. First index 4. So this value got displayed in our command prompt. Similarly, if we want to display the value of other indexes, then we need to do something like this. First index, second, and the third, second, third, and this is the fourth. So let's see in action. Yeah, 4 and 5 and 98 and 100. This got displayed. So in here we have defined it and we have already declared it. If we want to declare it and after that we want to define it. We need to use the new keyword and we need to specify the value inside here. New int, so six. So let's start our project. 1 3 5 6. I show you the two ways in which we can declare and define our array. Now I'm going to show you how we can use the control statement in our application. So let's create a new project and choose .NET Core console app, fifth proj, and select OK. So this file got created. Now let's start int a equals to 9 and b equals to 10. So if a is less than b, console dot write line, and let's say a is greater than b, then b. So if this statement is valid, then it will go inside this block of code. Else, if this is not valid, then it will go in this particular block of code. Console.write line, just change this b here and change this a. Forgot this. So console dot read line. Okay, so if we start a project, so this is the fifth project that we have. So select fifth one and then start the project. B is greater than a. Yeah, 10 is greater than 9. Yes, this is true. And 9 is greater than 9 is greater than 10. It's not right. It's not greater. As this statement is false, then it will not go here. And this became true. Now let's look at the other control statements that we have. So let's look at switch case statement. Switch and a is greater than b, case true. If this statement is true, then this will go inside this block console dot write line, and the same statement I'm going to print this. I'm going to break from that. And if the statement is false, if it is false, then b is greater than. So if a is greater than b, then it will go inside this case. This statement will be true. Then we are going to print a message on a is greater than b. Then it will break from this switch case and it will go out of this loop. Let's comment this out. In order to comment it, you can just go over to this, comment out the selected line here. So let's see if this works or not. So start the project. So B is greater than A. The same result came. So let's look at for loop. How is it used? So we can comment out this one and just I'm going to take an array, integer. Let's take C equals to 3, 4, 3. Okay. So let's use for, and the I equals to 0 and I is less than C dot length I plus plus. So this loop will go till from 0 to the last index of C. So now if you consider right line, index plus I plus, this is the value, just print out the index and the value, plus C I. So now if you check, so it will show you the value. In index 0 this is the value 3, index 1 this 456. In the previous project that I made, this one, I had to manually write all of this, and now in this case I just need to iterate over this array and I could just write it in my console. So it made things convenient. So let's look at while loop. How is it used? Let's close the project. While I is less than, okay, we need to anti I equals to 0. So you can comment this out for the time being. It's less than C dot length. You have to do I plus plus here. So let's start our project. So same result we got in here too as well. So let's use do while loop. Do so you can comment, you can just comment out this part of the block of code. Start the project. The same result we got. So let's look how for each is used in our case. For each int value of, we need to specify the array for hoof so it will print out the value in here. Three, 4, 5, 6, and all of the values get just got displayed. Okay, thank you.